Hi, I'm Matt Bufford with Cap Nose Knives. Welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to work on finishing up this blade. What we're going to do is I'm going to do a sandblasted and polished finish. So many types of finishes you can do on them. Anything from a coarse finish, a satin finish, you can mirror polish it, you can Cerakote them or Duracoat them, and you can bead blast. What I'm going to do is a media blast. I'm using a 120 grit aluminum oxide media. What I do, I lay down a good blasting on it. Don't even worry about sanding after heat treat because the media blasting is going to remove all the scale that comes on, and that's all surface stuff anyways. But once the media blasting's done, it's going to have a nice gray finish, and then I'll go from there and I'll polish it down through through my series of compounds on my polishing wheels. And what you end up with is a pretty smooth looking finish like what we have right here on this blade. And it's just a nice durable gray finish. And it's a lot harder to scratch than your typical satin finish or especially your mirror finish. So we're going to get this loaded up into the media blaster and we'll see you there. Actually see it. So as you can see by looking at it, a very different appearance, already starting to look more like a finished knife. After you've bead blasted or sandblasted it, don't touch it with your bare hands because the oils from your fingers can get down in the pores you just created, and it can kind of make your finish a little bit more difficult to achieve. So from here we're going to move over to the buffing wheel. We're going to start on our compounds to start making this finish happen. Alright, so with this kind of finish I start with a brown compound. If you've looked into buffing compounds at all, you know there's myriad different ones available. I've used Black Magic on several different things. It works better for some jobs, not so much for this one. I found going straight from brown to the green chrome gives me my best finish with this kind of finish. But if you are going to go for a satin finish or a mirror finish, you'll end up using some other compounds as well. There's plenty of info available on that. Check out the USA Knife Maker's website. Terry breaks that down really well as far as explaining what you need to do to achieve those finishes with those compounds. So you'll see just after the brown compound, we've already got a lot more even finish. It's starting to shimmer a little bit. And after you use a brown compound, you want to get a rag out and get your acetone, give it a really thorough rub down. You don't want your compounds to mix on the wheels because the heavier cutting compounds like the brown will taint this wheel and then it's not going to polish anymore, it's going to cut. So be sure and rub it down really well so that you don't mix your compounds. And if you do end up mixing on the wheel, you can just end up using that wheel for your heavier compound. Alright, so there you have it. Nice non-reflective flat finish for the blade. Now we're going to go back and do this again with the buffing wheel, so even if your finish isn't perfect right now, as long as you look at it and you see that your sandblast was even, then we'll be able to work the rest of it out. And of course, after the green chrome, you're going to go back and clean it off again, just like you did after the brown chrome. And after this, we're essentially ready to start working on the handle, so I'm going to tape up this blade entirely. That way we don't scratch it while we're doing any of our handling process. And then we'll start getting the scales on there and it'll turn into a real knife. Thanks for watching. As always, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to post on the blog or on the comments. And look forward to seeing you in our next video.